Hello, everyone. I'm wishing you a warm, a cozy, a comfy, and a toasty welcome back to Men with Cindy White. I'm your host, and this is episode 4. You know, I realized last time I didn't give you guys the welcome you deserve, so apologies for that. But I'm going to be starting to say at the beginning now, so I don't forget, because it's a little bit of a cutie, right? It can be my little thing. But how are you guys doing? I hope you're well. Hope you've had a good week. I'm doing really well. The kids and I were not well a couple weeks ago, but now we're all good. We're all good. We're all good. It was very dramatic. Ended up in hospital and everything, but it's so funny because it wasn't even that deep. My sister wouldn't say that because they were there with me on morphine, acting a damn fool. But no, we're all good now. We're all good. We're all good. Mental health check. So, I think I am at a. I think I'm at a 5. I think I'm at a 5 today. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be at a 5. Like I said before, I'm grateful that it's not something that I am journeying alone. So I'm at a 5. I don't really have much to say about why I'm at a 5 or what it looks like, but I'm at 5, a strong 5. Today we're gonna have some fun, right? We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about some funny things that happen. Not so funny sometimes, but some of the things and responses that people gave during the early stages of everything. Because wow, like people are mad, people are funny, and people are so awkward. Like super awkward. And you know what? I think certain like big things in life sometimes just makes people not know what to do or how to behave. It's like they lose their sense of normality. It's like all of a sudden this awkward nature just infects people and they just start moving wild, very wild. Well, no, some funny things happened. So, so for some people, yeah, you might feel like you fit into some of these categories, but I just wanted to let you know that we are coming from a place of the other side where it's now sometimes not even humorous, but we can laugh about it now. Yeah, we can laugh about. So if you relate or you remember that you did something like this, just laugh about it now because I'm laughing. Yeah. But also maybe like if you experience or if you are in a position where you are having to support somebody who's going through a big change in their life, please let sense be your number one friend because was really lacking. Very much lacking. But no, so in the hospital, and we were in a different city, right? So we're in a different city in the hospital with masks. And side note, I feel like so I'm laughing about this now, and I don't know if this needs to be a trigger warning because I know that some people aren't in a space where they can have fun or laugh about certain things surrounding grief. So if it's a trigger warning that needs to go forth, trigger warning. Okay. I I I am not I don't think that grief is only a space for sorrow. I think that it is also a place for laughter and joy and memories that make your cheeks burst. And I think that once you allow and invite other lighter emotions, it makes the whole process of grief easier to bear. So that's for me. So I'm choosing to laugh about these things now. But I do understand that in the moment it was some of them were not um as easy to manage or to handle, but we are on the other side, like I said. So I don't want to sound insensitive or anything like that to anybody. So if it is, I sincerely apologize, but trigger warning. Okay. So we were in a different city, and which takes maybe like an hour to get to from where we live, from the city that we live in, yeah. And I'm not ready there yet. My heart is not there yet to talk about everything that happened with my husband. I don't even know if I'm gonna even do that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the journey, what the journey requires of me. But so we were there now, and people now started to come to, see us. And listen to me, if I didn't know that Masa was popular, you see, during that time, I would have known. I should, yo, ha, no. It's like they moved the whole city and moved it to the hospital because security was like, yo, this is not allowed. Like this is too much. Too many people. There were like even complaints like, oh, they can't move around freely in the corridors, and of course that's a health hazard. Like you're in a hospital, like move out the way, right? And you know what? Sometimes when you are, you have someone in your mind, like you are in your own bubble. You're not thinking about other people at times. So even with people like standing in the hallway, they're forgetting that there are other patients in this place that need to be looked after. And if they're trying to come by with a patient and you're in the way, like to you, you're thinking, oh, you have just come see my boy or whatever. But you're in the way for somebody else. And if that was me and bagger man are here in the way and I'm trying to get to my loved one, I'd be vexed. Absolutely vexed. But no, it was so funny because so many people came. And I understand. But you know what made me laugh? Like Mars and I and this Marcel's sisters and I suddenly became coordinators. We were doing like schedules of like, oh, when people can go in, people can go out, timing, like, oh. And then we had to sit back and say, yo, what the actual heck is happening? And you know what's so funny? Something happened to me. And I had like an epiphany. Because between Mars and I, he was like the people's person. He was the face of our relationship. That's how I said it. He's the face of our relationship. I'm HR. I'm in the back. I'm dealing with the complaints. I'm making the complaints in the back. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, I know that this is the kind of person that you are. So I was like, Mars, I'm going to adopt your nature and be like, oh, everybody, you're welcome, all of that. And then after it started becoming ridiculous, I said, sorry, Mars, Bonnet, I'm coming back to myself. Cindy is back into the room. Nobody's allowed to come anymore because everyone's taking the mick. You know what was so funny? Like, for me personally, what was funny was the different types of people that were coming. For me, I'm like, yo, I know that Master's loved. Like, I know that he's loved and he loved Una back. But you trekked an hour to come all the way here? For what? For what? And that's the part that I felt like there was a bit of a lack of sensitivity because people were not really deep in like, yo, you are coming to a hospital, a specialist hospital as that. Like you're coming to a hospital where someone is in a vulnerable and critical state and all of you are coming. For me, it was a bit mad still on reflection. It was a little bit like, yo, because I thought to myself, okay, would I do that? I would do that for my nearest and dearest. Not that I wouldn't do it for other people to go visit them. I mean, when I say I wouldn't go, is because I don't want to invade that space, because it's a very sensitive time. It's a very sensitive time. And what I didn't like was it felt like a funeral. You know, at a funeral when everybody comes out the woodworks, like people you have never seen before. Like it felt like a funeral. I was like, okay, where is the sensitivity? Like I'm hoping, I'm looking to just see like people who at least know where I live. People that even know my name. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, I mean close, like that. Like, and the thing is, the reason why I had such a level of understanding is because of the kind of nature that Marcel was. Listen, you could meet Marcel on Monday. By Sunday, you will feel like, yo, you're the most important person in his life. Like, you are besties. Because that's just how intense his love was for people, because of Christ, right? That's the main thing, because of Christ, right? So it was just that way. So I had that level of understanding, but I was like, yo, are people not thinking? And then, like, of course, like the family's not in a position or in the mental state to be thinking, oh, no, let's send people away, or let's, do you get what I mean? But I just thought, I wish people were a little bit more sensitive in that time, because why is everybody near and far, acquaintances and beyond, coming all the way here? But again, I understood. But I think the less of a crowd would have been easy to digest, because it was just too much. Because how do you know that I want you to see me in a vulnerable state? How do you know that I want you to even be like, there was not, yeah, just be mindful. Like, just be mindful, because it just felt too much like a pre-funeral, and that really pissed me off. That really pissed me off. So then when I came to my senses and I said, Mars, I'm stepping in now. I had to tell him, and I said, Mars, I'm stepping in. It's gonna be Cindy now. I've been trying to be you, but I'm gonna have to be me, baby, because people are doing a lot. So nobody's allowed to come anymore. Okay, thank you. So that's what happened. And then the funeral happened, and of course, we anticipated it for it to be a lot. There were a lot of people there. It was a beautiful turnout. But what was so funny to me, not even just at the funeral, but what is so funny, and I have found that this happens a lot with loss. Like, people find the need to validate their position in the person's life. And I don't understand why. Why do we do this as humans? Like, you want to establish that you had a level of importance in this person's life. Maybe you think it means that you will be granted access to something, or you think it means that you doing what you're doing will be permitted or be justified. But it's just like the bear explaining, oh yeah, hi, I'm one of Master's close friends. Oh hi, nice to meet you. You see that? That's wild to me. You're telling me you're one of Master's closest, but the thing again, like, I know how Master was, so you probably was one of his closest brethren. But nice to meet you. Oh gosh, this is sounding so shady, but you know what? We're laughing. It's not shade. We're laughing about it. Like, let's laugh about it, because we do it like as humans. Like, you don't need to be like bare validating yourself. Like, just a simple, Marcel's one of Marcel's people. It's like one of the closest. We go way back. We used to do this, and we like. Maybe I guess it's to kind of like put a picture of my mind on how close you are, because I haven't known myself from the time he was born, right? So he had a whole life before me, and he had relationships and stuff like that, like with people before me. So like he had people in his lives from before, even during, some people that I didn't know that he met, right? So I do understand all of that, but for me, there were some instances where it just made me really laugh. I just felt like saying, "It's all right, like calm down. Like you don't have to do all of that. It's okay. Like just love the guy, and that's it. Like just do what you're doing, and just that's it. Like you ain't got to prove that to me. Like it doesn't. You don't get any brownie points. He's just a man. Like do you get what I mean? Like you don't get an extra seat in heaven. Like I'm not giving it. I'm not gonna give you anything for being one of his closest and dearest and nearest. Sorry, raw. It's just a little bit too much. A bit. Maybe let's not do that in the future. Let's just say what we need to say and move on because it's too much. It's too much. And another thing, we had a like a prayer meeting for the family like before the funeral, and of course the funeral, all of that. One thing that again I understand, but for me and my personality, it was just a bit much still. Like the queue of people wanting to say their condolences. Again, I understand, but you know how many times I pretended I needed a toilet? Or I pretended I had to literally ask people, oh, like take me somewhere, drag me like you need to take me somewhere. Because I get it. Like the fact that you're here in this room already, like in this prayer meeting, I know that you are already extending your condolences. I'm grateful, thank you. But when you man are now making a queue, like, and it looks like it will take an hour for me to get to the end. Yeah. Let's not. Let's just do a public announcement. Yo, sorry for your loss. Like, that's it. Thank you. Because you're not saying anything that is completely different to what the person 10 people ahead of you have said. So it's the reason why it's draining is because you're saying it once, but I'm receiving it hundreds of times. So there's only so much. Oh, thank you so much. Oh yes, yes we will. Yes, thank you. There's only so much of that I can do until it starts feeling like, nah, everybody get lost. Like, okay, I heard, thank you. You're sorry for my loss. Okay. Like it's just a constant reminder. It's like you're just hammering in my head. You're sorry for my loss. Like, especially in those early days, it's just a bit. It's too much. It's too much. It was too much. So let's just, just calm down a little bit. Maybe no cues. Maybe just, do a smile, do a wave, even do a text so that they can respond to it in their own time. Even if they don't want to respond, it's cool. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, just find other ways to extend or to say what you want to say that's on your chest. If it looks like, oh, that might be a little bit overwhelming for that person. Just a little suggestion. The next time you're in a situation like that, just a little bit of just a little tip, just a little word of advice. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Wow. But no, another thing that happened. Again, at this prayer meeting, bearing in mind this is like maybe 3 weeks after everything's happened, or 4 weeks. 3 weeks after everything's happened, yeah. So prayer meetings happened, all of that. I'm meeting people that I don't know. It's just random people that obviously are know the family and stuff like that. So I'm just, receiving the love, receiving the condolences, all of that. At some point I go to a corner and I hide because I'm tired of the interaction. Like my social battery was done before I even got there, so I'd used up my reserves and it was just emotionally draining, right? So I met this woman. The interaction for me was just a no. So I don't know her. She's one of those, like, imagine like she's not elderly, but she's a big woman to me. She's a big woman to me. She looks like my mom's age, kind of like vibe, but a little bit older, like. But she's a big woman to me, right? And like she just gave me this big, to be fair, the hug was really beautiful. It was really nice and warm. Though I'm not a physical touch person, so I only enjoyed it up to a certain point. But it was a really nice, genuine hug. And then she's hugging me. Bearing in mind, I've never seen this woman, never spoken to her, never met her a day in my life. Right? She says to me, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're a widow." And then she goes, "Oh dear, be strong." Sorry. And that's the first time that I heard somebody called me widow. It took everything in me not to punch her in the face. As a reflex. Not like that's like my response to things that I don't like. But just as a reflex, like, yo, like just to punch her mouth, like, yo. Cause I thought, wait, sorry, who should call the widow? And when she said that, I felt like everything in me dropped. But I had to still hold it because I don't know this lady. And I didn't feel like I could, do all of the expressing I wanted to do. After she said that, I said, yo, it was wow, is that me? Did she just call me that? That was a bit much for me because up until that point, nobody had addressed me as that or even identified that or like even spoken about that. Like, of course, like I'm not stupid. I know that that's what I am. But who are you to call me that? Who are you to tell me that? Who are you to bring that reality to my face, in my ear? Like so close, and I do not know you and probably will never see you again in my life. Who are you to do that? That for me was just out of order, in all honesty. I thought, people are crazy. People are absolutely crazy. So don't do that. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. It's silly. It's very, very silly. Okay? Just choose other words or just don't say anything at all. Right? But that's not the maddest thing yet. No, that is mad. That is mad. But there's this girl, yeah, I don't know her either. It's always people I don't know. Because you know why I don't like the fact that I don't know them? Because I can't trace you. I can't trace you to find you, to tell you what I really think once I've processed what you said to me. I can't find you to tell you anything. I just have to process it and digest it and take it to the Lord in prayer, which is probably the best option because, yeah, it's safe. But no, this guy, yeah, so I'm in a shop. This is shopping and this babe comes up to me, extending her condolences at first. And then, no, she says to me, "Oh, are you Marcel's ex-wife?" "No, I'm not." "Oh, sorry, I thought you were Cindy." "I am Cindy, but I'm not his ex-wife." You see, are you mad? You not get sense. Why I sense you not get them? Because every the whole generation that you are in, because you're not in my generation, you cannot be. Your own generation is madness that's pursuing them. Because wow, a whole ex-wife. I thought, I'm sorry, that's too dramatic. When something happens and you don't deep it in that moment, and you think of everything that you want to say afterwards, that you should have said afterwards. That was me. I was in shock. I was in absolute shock. So I just didn't say anything. And I don't even remember how the conversation ended. But it was so bad that it left my memory. Like I forgot. It only came to me like the other day when I was thinking about like this episode. And I was like, raw, oh my gosh, that happened. Ex-wife. Wild. Absolutely wild. Like, sense. People are so sense deficient. It's really crazy. How can you be so deficient in common sense? Lord help us all. Because it's a pandemic, it's a epidemic. Wow. Something's going around, man. Something's absolutely going around. But no, people are mad. People are mad. Um in the time as well, because Mars was well like known, well loved, all of that. So a couple people decided that they could how would I interpret this? I would interpret it as what it appeared like to me, in my interpretation, within my pain and grief, as an opportunity to exploit and promote their businesses, as in make some people advertising their sorry, maybe that's not what their intentions were, but for me it was just mad like insensitive, because there was no what do you call it, there was no ask like, can we do this, how do you feel about this, like it was you just see a flyer of Marcel on the internet and it's gone viral, and it's, then it's got the little logo of the company at the back, like piss off. Sorry, because make flyers of people who are alive. How about that? Make flyers of conferences. Don't choose my husband because you know that this is going to go round, and you're there inserting your logo. You're demented. Sorry, I apologize. You're not demented. You'll never be demented in Jesus' name. Amen. But wow. For me, it's in that time, I thought, nah, everyone's moving mad. The grace, the God gave me, I feel like angels held me down, because I feel like if I unleashed the anger that I had in that time, it would have been very bad, and I would have probably not. I would have made it bad for myself. Like I would have then, when your good is then evil spoken, you don't let your good be evil spoken of. Like I would have been justified in my anger, but because of my reaction, I would have now been in error. So the Lord had his angels hold me down because he didn't want fault to be found in me. So thank you, Jesus, for having my best interest at heart. But people did mad things. And like this thing, like the next thing I'm about to say, it wasn't something that was that people did, but it was just something for me that it was triggering for me. So of course, like people would post myself during that time, like on their social media accounts, which I understand, because that's what you kind of do in it. Like I do the same thing, but for me, like I had to like really take breaks, because every time I'd open like an app, it would be his face or something, and I'm like, yo, it was just a lot. It was constant. It was too much. It was very much before me, like all the time. It was a constant reminder of reality. So that was just a bit too much for me. But it's not something that I could escape from, because I understood that's just the process of how life is at the moment with social media. But it was for me to just take my break away from it, because I knew that, okay, if I go on, that's what I'm gonna see. Even to the point where like some of my sisters were messaging me saying, stay away from socials, like delete the app if you have to, because even they were overwhelmed, because it was too much. It was too much. The love was so intense that it was suffocating. So yeah, it was just a lot. And you know what was crazy? Like, even with like, when I was saying before about people like saying that they were this to Marcel, people giving false reports about their relationship with Mars, it was so disturbing, because sorry, why are you doing that? Why are you acting like it was something that it wasn't? And they'll be doing these elaborate posts And I'm like, sorry, who are you trying to deceive? Because if I open my mouth now and tell the truth, let the devil be ashamed. Come on. Let the liar be called a liar. And stop that right now. Okay? We don't have to lie. Are we children of darkness? No, we're children of light. We tell the truth. But no, it was, come on now. You know that's not the case. Let's stop it. And that's the thing, like, for me, I just don't understand, like, are you winning a badge? Like, are we winning something? Are we winning something here? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Mad. Absolutely mad. Let me see. I think, you know what? Let me see. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I made a note and I just don't want to forget. Um My mum, yeah, causes people like chief mourners, and I've seen it like in K drama, like when they say, "Oh, who's the chief mourner?" Like the person who like is like the main person for the person who has passed. Like they'll call them like the chief mourner, right? So my mum will be like, "Who's this person acting like the chief mourner?" Because when someone is doing the most without like any grounds to be doing the most, and you're thinking, "Sorry, since when?" Since when? Since when? Like, let's be for real. Let's really be for real. And the thing is, I'm not saying that like you can't be impacted by someone's passing and not have been like the closest to them, because like for instance, somebody like people ball over like celebrities and stuff like that, but that's because that celebrity they don't know that they're playing a role in their life, but they have given that person a part of their heart and their world of their life, that when that person goes, they feel destroyed. The person doesn't have to come into agreement that, I mean this to you. Someone can mean something to you without you knowing, right? So you can have an impact on someone's life without you even trying or knowing. So I think sometimes that's what happened. But it was still a bit of like a raw. Since when? I didn't know that, but okay. Um, but yeah, that was absolutely hilarious. You know what somebody else did? You know somebody, let me say, attempted to do. Somebody attempted to, again, it's always people that I don't know. People that I just do not know. That are taking it upon themselves to do the needful. Sorry. Somebody decided that it would be a swell idea to host a rave, a dance. Now, if you knew myself, right, I called him Jesus's brother because him and Jesus were 5 and 6. They were really walking in the cool of day. They were really together, huh? So you're doing a rave with Marcel's fire picture, must I add, like on the flyer for a dance for somebody who, if it was alive, he wouldn't attend. A dance, not a worship night, not a prayer evening, not an evangelism something. A dance, a rave for people to come pay their big money to come and do what? To be smoking in the corner and bending up and grinding up and for things that he would not condone. He wouldn't do. Be for real. Stop being a flipping idiot. Wow. Oh, nah. That one vexed me. That one, I said, yeah. Couple punches need to be had still. Because, are we, not even are we mad? No. You are mad. Like, you are a mad. Period. Like, period. Because what is something, I feel like something consumed people, and I just don't know what happened. But I'm so glad that deliverance came and the people were set free from the shackles. Free. I don't know why I'm making a joke of it now, but in the time, listen to me, it wasn't funny at all. I wasn't laughing. Not in the slightest at all. But no, like there've been some like some really crazy things, some really really crazy things that people have done. But it's cool, man. It's cool. It's all love. It's all love. Absolutely all love. And the thing is, I find that people sometimes respond to trauma in different ways, and people sometimes try their best to support and try their best to be present, and they just find it hard to. They just find it hard to understand what is acceptable and what isn't, because you kind of feel like you're walking on eggshells sometimes, because you don't know how much to give, how much to, keep away. And it's all a learning process. But the more we can like exercise our common sense, the more we can exercise and increase our sensitivity levels, the better it is. Because there are some things that I feel like are just like blanket, like it should just be the norm. Like, well, that's just my thought. Like, certain things, like, just be sensitive to certain things. Like, don't say certain things to people. Like, yo, calm down, man. Just calm down. Just calm down. And you know what? Yeah, for those who are of African descent or Caribbean descent, um, there is, like, back home. Let me just speak for like my side of the world. Like, back home, grief can sometimes be grief is a different thing over there. And to be fair, even here as well. It depends. Grief is something different everywhere. But I feel like from certain conversations that I had, the norms are very different, and the things that are encouraged are very different. And me with my mindset that is influenced by so many different things now, hearing some things were a little bit like offensive, very offensive. Like, thoughts, like conversations of like, you know, moving on, and being being like leaving this house, or cleansing something, like certain conversations. Just no. I would tolerate them out of respect, because most of the time it would be like people from like generations above me that would start these conversations. So the African in me would be like, mm, yes ma, mm, yes auntie, yes mommy, I've heard, thank you. But the millennial in me is thinking, if you don't shut up, because some things are harder to hear, man. Some things are very hard to digest, because mm-mm, mm-mm, no, absolutely no. And another thing, yeah, like, I would just really want to encourage people to just really, please be sensitive. It's not the time to, when someone goes through something like really traumatic, like, check your heart. When you want to be there for them, check your heart. Why are you doing it? Do you know what I mean? Like, what are your actual intentions? And once you've checked, check again. And then don't stop checking. Don't stop checking your intentions, because someone is in a very vulnerable and fragile state. They are sore, they are wounded, and it's important, so critical, that as you approach them, you are aware of the state that they are in or may be in, and what you're bringing, and what your intentions are, and what you can do in that time. Because there are some who will be around you to be seen. And listen, you see me in discernment 5 and 6, because I saw some things that absolutely spun my head, because I thought to myself, since when? Since when? There were people who will want to be seen, right? All of a sudden, they are the chief supporters. They will come around you in public settings to be the chief supporters. And I'm thinking to myself, do you know that I have, you know what, most of like my closest friends, like my Codys, my support system, my network, I don't have a lot of them, but most of them, people don't know that we're brethren, because of the world of social media. It's almost like, like, you think you know someone's life because of social media. You think you know their people's because of social media. Most people ain't seen my brethren. They haven't seen like, or they've probably seen them maybe on socials, or me post a picture with them on socials, but because they don't see it often, they don't know if it's like a close thing like that. But so it's like, in that time I was like, yo, you don't know that I have pillars. These I have pillars here with me, and you're coming to be acting like it's okay, it's fine, it's actually okay. And that's the thing, because someone is in a vulnerable position, sometimes they don't even have the language, the energy to even articulate that to you. But I'm just like, check your intentions, please. And check them and check them and check them again. Because if you're doing anything for show, don't do it. Just don't do it. Because you can't maintain that show. You can't maintain that performance. Don't do it. Don't do what you can't maintain. Please. Just don't do it. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. I really had to get that off my chest. And I'm glad that I did. I feel much better now. I feel much better. But the crazy things I don't think will stop. I'm constantly surprised and constantly amazed by mankind. And you know what's so funny? Sometimes I think to myself, I wonder what I've done to people that has been absolutely wild in their time of whatever season they're in, that has been like, what the heck are you doing? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm human. And I said, I haven't arrived anywhere. So I just wonder, like, oh gosh, if I've done anything to you that has been highly insensitive, please accept my apologies, because I'm only human. Me too. Sometimes I'm lacking in sense. Sometimes I'm also sensitive deficient. So I apologize. But no, let's just be better. Let's make better choices concerning people. Let's be experts and students of those who we love. Let's study one another, so that we are not causing more injury to people who are already in pain. But we are being a light and a source of healing and a place of comfort and safety for people. Because it's needed, yo. It's needed. There's a lot of chaos and mess in the world. There's enough of it. And we don't need to be adding it to people's lives. So let's do better. Okay? But no, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.